1690 WVON.
It's WVON here, yeah. See trees of green, yes. Red roses too. My microphone cover's red. Yeah, I see them bloom. For me and you. I got Jahari Rose with me this morning, the youngest African American in the office. I'm trying to whip him into shape. Get him into MBA school.
Yes, on my way.
He's on his way, yeah. So let's have a talk here this morning about a whole lot of stuff. First of all, we need you to call 773-591-1690. 773-591-1690. We are killing it. We are killing it. We are knocking it out of the park in terms of who it is that we have given money to. We are today at $150,361,835 in the African American community. Yeah, give it up for WVON Radio. Yes. And get this, in the suburbs, the highest suburb getting money back is Calumet City, African American suburb. Calumet City, we gave 3,345 people $11,082,808. Yes, that's killing it. And Maywood, give a shout out to Maywood. My good friend Karen Yarborough's out there. Yeah, in Maywood. $4,231,033 to $1,760. I was out there yesterday. Yes, it was Bishop Porter's 50th. I thought it was his 75th. You know, I was kind of embarrassed after I got there. Making the guy that old. He got skinny and I got fat. Bishop Porter, big shout out to you for your 50th. Yes. Call 773-591-1690. Give us your address. A little cleanup here. Now listen, there is a county official, and if he keeps doing this, I'm going to call his name out and rip on him next week. But I'm going to be nice this week. So quit telling everybody that the due date is November 1st, because you know better than that. Scott Smith, you know better than to tell people that the due date is November 1st. It is not. The Board of Review hasn't even finished their stuff. And if we're lucky, it will be December 30th. If we're lucky. So go to cookcountytreasure.com. But remember, we are here every Monday, and we are going to blast out when that due date is. Do not come downtown, right, Jahari?
Do not come downtown. Please do not come downtown.
Yeah, don't come downtown. Don't waste your money and risk your life getting on one of those buses or that CTA to come down there with the checkbook, because you can't write a check. There are no figures. Now, we have a tax sale coming up. Come on, Jahari. Shout it out. What's a tax sale?
Yes. So with this tax sale we have coming up, it begins November 15th, and this tax sale ends November 21st. So in order to register for this tax sale, you need to go to cooktaxsale.com, and the registration opens October 7th, and it ends November 4th.
And it'll give you all the guidelines for what you have to do. It is an online auction. So you submit a disc. Anyone who qualifies can register. There are currently roughly 59,000 parcels on that list. 59,000. Black houses matter. Get this. 59,000 on the list. 16,000 having returned mail. 22,000 of the 59,000 owe less than $1,000. Black houses matter. Manny has the list, and he goes out and he knocks on the doors of seniors and homeowners who are on this tax sale list. But if they were getting their exemptions, if they were getting their senior citizen exemption, and if they were getting their senior citizen freeze, they would not be on this list. So Jahari, shout it out. What's a homeowner's exemption?
So a homeowner exemption is if you are a homeowner and you own and occupy the property as your principal place of residence, you qualify for that homeowner exemption.
And you don't have to be 65 or over. You can be your age. If you own a house,
Yes.
if you live in that house for a year, a 25-year-old can get $500 a year off the tax bill. What's a senior exemption?
So a senior exemption is for the homeowners who are the age of 65 years or older, and they're able to qualify for that senior exemption.
Perfect. And that's $500 a year, and it could be 4 years. That could be another $2,000. And finally, Jahari, what's a senior citizen freeze?
So a senior citizen freeze, you basically have to qualify for the senior exemption qualifications, but your household income has to be an annual income of $65,000 or less to qualify for that senior freeze exemption.
Exactly. So look here. If you're on Facebook Live, you got to tune into Facebook Live. I got a great green jacket on, and Jahari's got a cool black cashmere sweater on. This is cookcountytreasure.com. Get to the purple box. Get to the purple box. All you need to do, if you're computer literate, is put in your address, and it will tell you if you got those exemptions. I'm going to switch gears for a second, and I'm going to come back to good news, and I'm going to come back to the fact that there's 90,000 people in Japan who are over 100 years old. Ha! And 88% of them are women. Guess why?
I wonder why that is, Treasurer.
Because they're skinny like you.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Woohoo. Jahari's going to live to be 100, and Pappas is going to die next week because she's fat.
Don't say that.
Patricia Hemphill. This is Maria. Titus, why are you playing that bassoon in the background? What's the matter with you? All right, we've got Patricia Hemphill on the line here. Hey, Patricia, it's Maria and Jahari Rose.
Hello.
Okay, how are you?
Oh, we're full of you know what and you know what. You know, I'm not allowed to say bad words on WVOM, but we're full of it here.
Okay, y'all sound like y'all full of it.
Big time. So you're on South Parnell, huh?
Yes.
And how did you find out? Because we love for WVON listeners to find out about how it is that they got this money back, part of this $150 million. Why don't you tell us your story?
My story is that I was having difficulties paying my taxes, and that wonderful man, Manny, I think was his name,
Yeah, Manny.
came to me and helped me. Lord, did he help me from losing my home. It was just so wonderful.
Did he come out? What did he do? Did he come out to your house?
Yes, he did.
And he left a
Yes,
brown package under the door?
Well, he sat out on the porch with me. We had a good talk, and he showed me how to get my taxes paid. And at the end, it comes out I had paid more than I should have. And I just loved it.
Okay, so listen up, seniors. On this website, cookcountytreasure.com that I just showed you, you know, Jahari just explained to you what an exemption is. He's going to tell you, because we're sitting on another $79 million, and this is what happened to Patricia, what a refund is. What's a refund, and why do people double pay, Jahari?
So normally people have duplicate payments when they don't actually know that they paid on the tax year. And in other cases also, it could be, you know, prior payments, like I said, they didn't know they overpaid on. So what we do is we basically get them to get their duplicate and overpayment receipt. We fill it out for them, we send it up, and they're able to get that extra money back that they have coming to them.
In 4 to 6 weeks, because sometimes they forget that their mortgage company's paying, so then they pay too. So Manny came out. Usually Manny comes in the house. How's come he didn't come in the house, Patricia?
Because it was such a nice day outside.
Uh-huh. Did you give him anything to eat?
No, he didn't ask for anything to eat. We just had a wonderful conversation.
Uh-huh. Did he tell you anything about himself?
Well, we was basically, yeah, well, no.
He didn't? He didn't tell you he's
No.
got a wife and 2 daughters at home that drive him nuts?
No,
Uh-huh.
no. But we had a wonderful conversation.
Uh-huh. But as a result of your getting back this refund, in tax year 2020, Patricia overpaid by $1,300. $1,300. So she's got that reduction. So we were able to refund money. But this is what Black Houses Matter is about. Patricia was on the tax sale list, and Kelly Carvallis and Maurice in the tax sale department give Manny a list of vulnerable seniors like Patricia, and he actually gets in the car and goes into some of the neighborhoods that no one else would go into, knocks on the door and says, "May I help you?" And I just think
That's
this
right.
is, yeah.
I said, that's right. It's a wonderful thing he does.
Yeah, so the total savings to her, because she was also missing her senior exemption, her total savings was 1,000 Titus, $1,548.84. That got her off the tax sale. Listen, if you're on that tax sale and the taxes get bought up by the tax buyer, by the time you get it back, it could have cost her $3,000 or $4,000. So this is goodwill, this is kindness, this is the greatness of Black Houses Matter. This program is killing it.
Yes.
We're at 150 million. It is like being a rock star when I go out in the African American community, because people say, Maria, I got a roof, I got a floor, I got to visit my kids. I got to get rid of my husband. I got to pay for my divorce. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, hey, Patricia, you married?
Yes,
And what's your husband? What's his name?
Barton.
Barton?
Barton. Barton. Barton.
Oh, Barton. Nice name. What did he have to say about this?
He was ecstatic. He's not a conversational person, you know. He just was happy to hear that we were off the tax list.
You got any kids?
Oh, I only have a daughter.
Where's she?
Where's she at? Where now?
Yeah, right now. Where does she live?
Oh, she lives out on 103rd and Green right now. She just bought her house. So believe me, she's up on her tax stuff. She's a teacher.
Oh, great. Does she have any kids?
One daughter.
So you got one daughter and you got one grandchild.
That's it.
Do you help with the grandchild?
Often. She's got to be, you know, these kids these days, they have to make time. They got to make time for you. They got so many activities for these kids these days. But yes, I see her at least once or twice a week.
What kind of activities does she have?
Oh, God. I don't know. They go to ballet. They go to... I don't really know.
But what you know is they're always busy, right?
Right. That's what I know. They're always busy.
Well, I guess your daughter being a school teacher would really want her to get involved in all kinds of things, huh?
Exactly.
Where does your daughter teach?
You're catching me off guard. At a school out on 111th and State.
Does she like being a teacher?
Yeah, she likes it. She just started teaching about 3 years ago.
Oh, she's still pretty young, huh?
Yep, but she likes it.
Yeah, let me ask you something, Patricia. So now you got this money and you're off the tax sale list. What are you going to do with the money that's left?
Sit it in the bank for emergencies.
What kind of an emergency would you and your husband be having?
I don't know. That's why it's going to be sitting in the bank for an emergency might come up.
How long you been living in that house?
Almost all my life. About 50 years.
Did you and your husband buy it together?
No. My dad and my mom had bought the house, but they're gone now.
So, see, guys, listen up. This story about Patricia Hemphill is about generational wealth. Her mom and dad owned the house. They gave it to her. Now she's an African American who's got a daughter and a granddaughter and a husband. She's trying to make ends meet, and all of a sudden the tax buyer comes up. And if it wasn't for Manny going out there, she could have lost this house because she wouldn't have had the $3 or $4 grand that it would have cost to get it back from the buyer. And then Patricia's daughter wouldn't have gotten the house. So what we're doing on WVON, what we are doing on WVON, and what we are doing on Black Houses Matter is trying to create generational wealth and trying to save these African American homes. You want to tell them about a little redlining study at all?
You can give it to them.
All right, so the redlining study just came out, And what we did was we showed that the same houses 80 years ago, the same houses, get to cookcountytreasure.com. You can read this redlining study that's getting national attention that Hal Dardick did. The houses that were redlined 80 years ago and people couldn't get mortgages on are the same houses that are being abandoned, that are boarded up, and are vacant lots in African American and Hispanic communities. 400,000 African Americans have moved out, and they are the worst crime areas in the city of Chicago and the suburbs in African American neighborhoods. Get on cookcountytreasure.com. Read that redlining study, because this affects Patricia Hemphill, her generational wealth, her daughter, and her grandchild. I want to thank you so much for coming on, Patricia. We have another caller on the line. Her name is Tawana Williams, and she's calling in for her mother, Gertha. Tawana?
Yes, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm pretty good. Yeah, you sound a lot younger than a senior.
Yeah, I'm her daughter. I'm Gertha Kyler's daughter.
Well, that's great. Can you tell us a little about your mom?
My mom live on the south side of Chicago, and the reason why the taxes had got behind, my stepfather had died in 2020, and I was down and unable to see things, and I'm getting back to better health. So I started looking over everything, and then, I still wasn't getting the paperwork out. I tried filling it out, but I didn't never get no answers. And then Manny came to the house, my mom's house.
Okay, now listen up, WVON listeners. Tawana Williams, who is, how old are you,
Collins.
Tawana? Huh?
My last name Collins.
Okay, sorry, we got you, Collins. Tawana, how old are you?
I'm 48.
So think about this. There are so many 48-year-olds in the African American community, and all communities are just trying to get their own life together, that they don't have every second to look after their parents' stuff. Would that be fair, Tawana?
Yes.
Yeah. So what happens? Here's a senior citizen. How old is your mom?
She's 74.
And how old was your stepfather when he died?
He was 69.
Oh, he died young.
Yeah, he died of COVID, March 29th, 2020.
He died of COVID.
Yes.
So that was just like a shock, huh?
A very shock, yes.
What happened?
He caught COVID, and he was at home. This is at the beginning of the pandemic, and we just thought it was just like a regular cold, a regular flu, and then he died.
At home?
At home, yes.
Whoa. How'd your mother handle that?
It was rough. It been rough. It been some rough years. All up until today.
Was he working at the time that he got sick?
No, he was retired.
He was retired, so he had a pension.
Yes.
But my best guess is he took care of all the bills, right?
Yes, he took care of everything. That's why everything got so messed up after he died. He took care of everything for my mom. Everything. She was in a wheelchair, so he took care of everything. Goes to the store, cook, everything.
Mom's in a wheelchair?
Yes.
Why?
She had a back injury over 10 years ago, and it messed up her legs, and she hasn't been walking in over 10 years.
Well, who helps her now?
My brother. My brother helps her.
Does he live there?
Yes, he lived there.
Well, shout out to brother for taking care of Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah, big shout out. So,
Great.
But listen, here's a man who takes care of everything, suddenly dies. A woman who's sitting there, her daughter's not feeling well, and ends up on the tax sale list. Here we got another example of an African American who's worked her whole life. Did mom work too, or was she stay-at-home mom?
No, she was stay-at-home mom.
She's a stay-at-home mom. The husband's working, and all of a sudden he dies. She doesn't know how to take care of anything, and she ends up on the tax sale list. Now, here again, Manny gets this list from the tax sale department. And do you know how he got out there and what happened after he got to her house?
Yeah, he came and he dropped off the envelope and he talked to my mom and my brother about the taxes and explained everything to them. And then they called me, and I immediately thought that this was a scam. So
Exactly.
I was like,
The
well,
WVON
nobody's
listeners-
ringing the bell
Now listen.
trying to lower your taxes.
Listen, WVON listeners, if you see Manny, he's a relatively short, around 55-year-old, sort of gray-haired guy in a gray car, and he comes and knocks on your doors, and he says, I'm from the Cook County Treasurer's Office. That's the guy. He's got a brown envelope, and he's going to slip it under your door if you don't answer. Now, did he slip it under your door, or did she answer?
No, he answered. They answered. He talked to them, explained everything to them.
Uh-huh. And then what happened?
Then they called me and told me everything that he said about the envelope, and I was like, oh, that's probably a scam. So when I got off work, I went over there and I got the envelope, and he left his car with the envelope, and I immediately Googled him to make sure that he worked where he said he worked at. So, and
You're
then
like a private investigator. Then the
Yeah.
police department should hire you. What do you do for a living? Huh?
I work at the post office.
Oh boy, you should not be at the post office. You should be working for the police department. Check it. It puts you on a murder scene. You figure out who killed somebody, girl. Googling Manny. Did you find out who his wife was?
No, I didn't see his wife, but I found out that he did work there, and then I called the number and left a message, and he called me back the next day, and we talked.
That's pretty good. So when he talked to you, was he nice?
Yeah, he was very nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what happened after he talked to you and you submitted the stuff?
He told me to go ahead and fill out the paperwork, and that he was going to come back to pick the paperwork up.
Is that
and
a
he
service?
did.
Wait a second, Dewan. How about that for service? We come to your house, we knock on your door, we tell you you're on the tax sale list, we tell you we're going to get you off, we show you how to fill the forms, and then he seriously came back the next day? Really?
Yeah, he came back and filled the paper and took the papers, and then he called me back the next day.
He called you back the next day? He keeps doing
Yeah,
this, he might get a raise, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
'cause
think you'll
I
find
really did.
too many government employees that would do this. You
Yeah,
think?
I'm so glad that he did, because, like I said, my mom is in the wheelchair, and she's unable to take care of business. So I'm glad that he did. He really helped me out.
Well, sometimes you get an employee like Manny who's very sympathetic because his mom is pretty sick. So when you got a senior mom, you understand other seniors' moms, and that's what's going on here. He's the perfect guy for this job. So she's saving. Did she get her money yet?
No, not yet.
Do you know how much you're going to get?
No, he said that he was going to mail out the paperwork, so we
Okay.
didn't receive it just yet.
All right, well, I'm telling you here on WVON, you're getting $1,520.42. How about that?
Man, that sounds great.
And it's tax-free. Yeah, and you're off the tax sale list. I
That's,
see
man, that's
trees of
important
green.
right there.
Yeah, Louis Armstrong's going to sing it out today. For Goethe, who's off the tax sale list, that is a really big deal. After going,
That is.
after going through the trauma of stuff. So let me ask you something. Because everybody's always complaining about the post office. Can you tell me a little bit about that job? Tell the truth. Tell the truth. I want the truth and nothing but the truth. I'm not going to
It's
send
a
you your
good
check.
job. We here to deliver. We deliver. So we get everybody packages and they mail to them right to your home. Like Manny came to the home, we get your packages and your mail right to your home.
You
So
know
we
what-
deliver also.
You know what I think? I think the post office gets a bad rap because there's one or two people who don't do what they're supposed to do, and then everybody gets blamed. You know
Well,
what I mean?
that's everywhere. So
Huh?
you can't put everybody in the same bunch. That's everywhere.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. How has your job changed at the post office since they automated everything?
It's all changing. You know, just like the grocery stores and everybody, you need less people. So the high tech businesses come, you use less employees. So I don't know if that's a good thing. Probably not. But
How
you
many
have
more
to move
years?
with the time.
How many more years before you retire?
See, now you want me to think about that? I got a lot of more years probably before I retire. Probably over 10 more years.
Lordy. Well, I'm ahead of you. I could retire tomorrow. I'm 74.
Oh well, see, that's not nice.
You got 10 more years of walking around in the streets. Is there a lot of walking in this job?
It's a lot of walking.
A lot?
It's a lot of walking.
I think that, that people ought to salute the Postal Service because it is a lot of walk. And in the rain and in the snow and in the sleet and all that. Yeah, that's not good. Do you ever get sick?
Yeah, it don't. Well, I'm not a mail carrier, so I actually work in the inside with the packages. So.
Oh, what do you do in the inside?
You just get the packages ready to go out on the trucks, and then they go to the mail units where the mail carrier deliver the packages. So we like the bulk center that gets everything ready for the station.
Well, that's better than being in the street.
Yeah, no, I'm not a carrier.
I have a stupid question. Do you have to pick up stuff that's really heavy?
Yeah, well, the limit is 70 pounds, so you usually probably get a coworker that'll help you. So you wouldn't do it by yourself, probably not. You'll hurt your back.
Yeah, you hurt your back like your mom and end up in a wheelchair. Really?
Oh, I don't want to do that.
No,
definitely not. No.
You get two guys to pick that package up, and you stand there, Tawana. This is
Yeah,
Maria
I
Pappas.
will.
This is a great program. We're talking to two seniors this morning. We're preserving generational wealth. We got them off the tax sale list because Manny went out there. He went back. He got the forms. I got Jahari Rose with me. I got Louis Armstrong singing in the background. Jahari, tell them who your brother is.
My brother, Zion
Loud.
Rose, all-star baseball player. He actually attends IMG Academy in Florida. Excellent school, one of the top sports schools in the country. Look him up, Zion Rose, outstanding kid. I love him.
And he's going to be big time in baseball.
Yes, he's going to the major leagues, guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Jahari's going to manage him. Yes, give it up for Jahari and
Let's
Pappas.
go.
We'll see you next Monday. Call 773-591-1690. Don't come downtown. We will call you when the due date is. Don't believe anybody who says the due date's November 1st. That is not true. Love you guys and see you next Monday at 11:30. Yeah.
There ain't much more than I never knew.
The talk of Chicago and the voice of the nation is 1690 WVON, Berwyn, Chicago.
I'm Alexandria Ikamoni.
And I'm Ray Harris on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Some of New York's top GOP leaders want to alleviate the flow of asylum seekers into New York City. The Black Information Network's Mike Moore has the details.
GOP leaders are calling on Governor Hochul to petition President Biden to issue an emergency declaration to stem the crisis. State Senator Robert Ort and New York City Council members like Joe Borelli say the local governments are bearing the financial burden caused by failed federal immigration policies. Officials claim the system is so overburdened that tent cities have been set up in Orchard Beach. I'm Mike Moore on the Black Information Network.
A former white Pennsylvania police officer has been found guilty of a 2017 shooting death of a black man. Eric Rutch Jr. was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter, but wasn't found guilty of third-degree murder. The unarmed black man was Dennis Plowden. Rutch had been free since 2020 until the trial started in mid-September. It also took 3 years before he was charged in Plowden's death.
Why you all in my ear talking a whole bunch of shit that I ain't trying to hear? Get back, you don't know me like that. Get back, you don't know me like that.
Video is now out of the deadly shooting involving Ludacris's manager Shaka Zulu. It all happened in a parking lot of a restaurant in Atlanta, Georgia. Video shows a fight breaks out, two men attack Zulu, and then Zulu pulled out a gun and shot someone. The attorney for the entertainment mogul is addressing the event, issuing a statement on Instagram saying that he acted in self-defense in light of the shootings on January 26. According to the statement, Zulu was attacked, jumped from behind, then reportedly shot in the back, prompting him to discharge his weapon in self-defense, killing 23-year-old Artez Benton. The statement says if Zulu had not defended himself with a weapon he was licensed to carry, it would have been him who was killed that night. He faces multiple charges, including murder, possession of a firearm, and aggravated assault.
It's reported Americans are going to see a dramatic difference in this year's heating bills, and inflation isn't only to blame. NBC News reports this will be the biggest increase in more than 10 years, with a projected 17% increase from last year. It's reported natural gas production has decreased, and people have raised their ACs so high during the summer. That sent the price of natural gas up because of the demand.
The Legislative Conference for the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation is back with in-person meetings. That's after the annual event was virtual because of the pandemic. It'll happen September 28th to October 2nd in Washington, D.C. For more on these stories and international, national, state, and local news affecting the Black community, listen to the Black Information Network on the iHeartRadio app or log on to BINnews.com. I'm Alexandria Ikamoni with Ray Harris on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
This report is brought to you by Blindster. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made shades, blinds, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. Don't overpay for new blinds. Shop today and save big at Blindster.com. Hailed as spirited and spectacular by the New York Times, three-time Grammy Award-winning Soweto Gospel Choir is coming to the Mackinac Arts Center at College of DuPage. One night only, Friday, September 30th. Soweto's concert, Hope, It's Been a Long Time Coming, celebrates American and South American singers, performing the music of Aretha Franklin, Harry Belafonte, Mahalia Jackson, and more. Visit atthemac.org for tickets today. That's atthemac.org.
Vine TV is proud to premiere its first reality series, and we've gone all the way to Ghana to get it.
So one day I woke up and I said, you know what? I want to bring a few of my mommy friends together.
It's the Modern Moms of Accra. See how much African and African American sisters have in common.
I didn't come to brunch to fight. I came to brunch to eat. And if that's what was going to happen, girl missed me with it, so I was out.
It's the American debut of the Modern Moms of Accra, a reality series showing exclusively for a limited time on Vine TV.